What's going What's going on, guys? What's going on, Thai Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, can Jalen Brunson lead the New York Knicks to a win tonight against the Boston Celtics? I really think this is going to be interesting. This is going to be probably an interesting game that we're going to see with Jason Tatum out. I think Jalen Brunson might might want to win this game. He's got a lot of help. He signed a contract last year. I definitely think when you look at it from a standpoint, you can say that Jalen Brunson wants to win a championship. Like, it was interesting when um he left the Dallas Mavericks. It was interesting when he left the Dallas Mavericks to go to the New York Knicks. He has a lot of help now. He definitely has a lot of help. He has a lot of help there in New York. The New York Knicks just need to close it out. Like, you have Josh Hart, you have Jalen Brunson. The New York Knicks just need to close this thing out and win a game here. Because we know that what the New York Knicks can do. You have Thibodeau. You have a good coach in Thibodeau. I do not see the New York Knicks getting bounced out every single year, except in the second round or the conference finals. I don't see them getting bounced out in the first round or in the second round. I can see them getting bounced out in the conference finals, but at the end of the day, I might be wrong. Because, guys, to be honest, sometimes we're wrong about stuff. We're always not going to be right about stuff. But back to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson probably have to have a great game tonight. The similar thing that you can do is leave Jalen Brunson open for a free. That's the one thing you cannot do, is leave Jalen Brunson open for free every time you shoot the basketball. Because I think we all know here. We all know that Jalen Brunson will probably score a lot of points, put a lot of points on the board. Because if the New York Knicks last year made it all the way, I would say they would have won the championship last year. But I'm not taking anything away from the Boston Celtics. They deserved that championship. The Celtics deserved that championship that they won. But when you look at it from a standpoint, and you say that you have these guys on your roster to help Jalen Brunson, You have a good coach in Thibodeau. You don't want to go into a game 7 like this. You just basically don't want to go into a game 7 and be like, okay, we totally lost game 6, and now you're going to have to go into 7 games. But I do think that with Jalen Brunson, he's going to have a game where he gets easy money buckets. He gets easy money assists. He gets easy layups. Because if you let Jalen Brunson do that, I'm not saying I'm not saying like the first quarter, he's probably going to hit a free. I'm not saying he's going to do all of that in the first quarter. I'm saying probably Jalen Brunson will choose his moments to get a win here for the New York Knicks. He's going to have another game like he had game 1, game 2 against Boston. Because we know the New York Knicks, if Jalen Brunson leads the New York Knicks to a good game, into the NBA Finals, into the conference finals, it's going to be 30 years or something that the New York Knicks have been to a NBA Finals or been to a conference finals. Because the last time the New York Knicks were in the NBA Finals, they had Freewell, they had Houston, they lost to Tim Duncan, David Robinson, and the Furs, and Popovich. So if you lose this game tonight against the Boston Celtics, you're not going back to a second conference finals. You're not going back to being you're still going to be a playoff team in everybody's, and like everybody will look at the New York Knicks, and say they're a playoff team, not a championship team. You have to get to the NBA Finals. There's no doubt about that for the New York Knicks, because they're built like an NBA Finals team on paper. But Jalen Brunson is going to have a big game tonight. He's going to have to play better than he played in Game 5, because now you're up still 3-2. What else is there for you to say that the New York Knicks are going to have to win this game, because this will play a factor of if the Boston Celtics can get a game 7? Because if you don't close it out tonight, you're going to see the New York Knicks. We're going to bring up the trade and bring up the trade and say, Well, they traded for Karl Anthony Towns, for Julius Randle, and Devin Trenzo. The New York Knicks gave up 5 first-round picks or something for Mikal Bridges. We're going to look at all of that. Because if you don't beat the Boston Celtics, who are the defending champions, and you don't beat them tonight, and the Celtics get a game 7, and you lose that game 7, we're going to be looking at the Knicks and saying they still have a good coach in Thibodeau. They have Karl Anthony Towns. They have Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson. The New York Knicks. And I know as a Cavs fan and as a basketball fan, you're going to have to figure out, can you win this game? Can you? And will Jalen Brunson have a good game? He probably will. But guys, never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And stay blessed, everybody. And peace.